Coming up today, it's Michael J. Fox's birthday, so we're going to react to Back to the Future. Here it is.
88 miles per hour.
What's an hour?
You're gonna see some serious shit.
Yeah! Hello there and welcome to the Enigmatic Productions channel. I'm Edward Harvey and I'm joined with Johann Paul, but we're not here in the same room as you can see. It's we're basically trying a remote setup. We've kind of run out of all our sort of backlog pre-quarantine footage, really.
Pretty much. There's maybe what? One video?
There is
something?
one video, but obviously this, whenever we come across like a timed event, like we want to release something at a certain time, we have to record it this way now. So forgive us if it looks a bit odd, the setup, but we're just doing the best we can. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're all in our isolation stations, but sometimes you just need to celebrate a special birthday or two. Isn't that correct, Ed? Yeah,
so today, the day that you're seeing this video, it's Michael J. Fox's birthday. He's 59 today, getting close to the big 6-0. So, and we've thought, why not just celebrate that with looking at the probably the most iconic role that Michael J. Fox has done, which is Back to the Future. And we're going to react to some scenes, our favourite scenes from that movie from 1985. Yeah. So let's get cracking with it.
Great Scott!
I've lost count of how many times I've seen this movie.
Yeah? I know I've seen it quite a few times, but I can never remember when. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's always been a part of me, but I can't tell you the exact time and date when I watched a Back to the Future movie. But I know I've seen them all and I love them. So.
Well, I used to have a recording of this on tape.
Yeah.
Off the TV.
Oh, so you're the one with the VHS tape, like you overplayed it for so long after being like recorded off TV.
So Johann, the first movie is pretty iconic, isn't it? It's like there's some great scenes. It's hard for us to pick favourite scenes, really, isn't it? There's just too many good ones.
Because you told us, like, oh, we need to pick like a few good ones. It's like saying, if we picked all the ones we liked, we would have watched the entire movie.
Yeah, for sure.
It's too good. There's loads of good bits, but we picked the ones we picked. Like, obviously, we had to do the big introduction.
Oh, this dog food always looks so gross.
Yeah. What was it called?
Calcan?
Whatever. Calcan. How's some Calcan? It's gross.
It's just slop, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, I always find...
Director of photography, Dean Cudney. I'm pretty sure that's the same DP as John Carpenter's Halloween.
Is it?
Did a lot of work with John Carpenter's Dean Cudney.
Hey, Doc.
Here he is.
There are the sneakers. You know him. You can know it's him just by his shoes.
I always wanted those Nikes, but I never had them.
Oh, they're actually a really cool looking pair. Although everyone knows that the best sneakers are the ones he gets in the second movie. Because Christ, they are self-lacing shoes. Hell yeah.
You can buy them now, can't you?
Yeah, you can. It's still technically in prototype stage, but we're there.
We haven't got to hoverboards yet, but...
Yeah. The moment we get to hoverboard, everything will be sorted. Overdrive!
This is you playing with the settings on your camera earlier.
Yeah. Just... gotta get all the power into it! It makes you think for a second. Clearly you're thinking by this point, this is a gift that Doc gave to Marty and say, I'll give you the best goddamn bass woofer you'll ever see, Marty!
His tiny little guitar always makes me laugh.
It's like the hardcore ukulele.
Size of this amplifier.
I mean, he clearly must know this is a bad idea.
Every time it makes me laugh. I've seen it.
The sheer power. He flew through the power of bass. You know what I mean? Like, isn't that just the genuine 80s look anyway? The aviator sunglasses, the poofy hair, the denim jacket.
Rock and roll.
It is rock and roll, damn it.
Yeah, that giant amplifier and the Huey Lewis and the News, and it's one of the most iconic openings from not just the 80s, for any all out of all the movies in the world. He's going to meet an old man at 1:15 in the morning.
This is the thing, like, this is what I kind of sweet about this, but not like, how can I put it? But obviously, if you say it like that, it sounds creepy. But what's nice about it is, like, looks like these two clearly don't judge. They just like each other. They're just pals.
You never questioned it back then, did you? That kind of thing.
And even then, I don't think you do, because you're sitting there going like, well, I think they just like each other, you know? And it's not like, the relationship isn't at all creepy. In fact, I feel like Marty McFly's the only one's giving him a chance.
Wait a minute, are you telling me it's 8:25?
Yeah.
I'm late for school.
Yeah.
Oh my god. He's totally late for school.
When Huey Lewis kicks in, that is pure 80s pop. Yeah, this scene has the classic sort of skateboarding, or skitching as it's known, like hitching and skating and kind of thing. And it's like, did that kind of get you into skateboarding, or did you want to be Marty McFly and that good at skateboarding?
Well, look, I didn't get into skateboarding through Marty McFly, but I will say that when I saw that, everyone tried that, yeah? Like, try to get to the back of a bus or back of a van and try and hold yourself on a skateboard.
I love that, when he waves casually at the guy who's driving.
I mean, like, what's the guy gonna do?
You're right, mate.
Stop. You know, he just about makes it. You know, like, just about.
The bit where he reveals the DeLorean to Marty, I must have watched that scene so many times, because when I was a kid, I had a tape recording of it off the TV, and I just used to watch that scene loads because it's so awesome. Yeah, this is a classic scene.
Oh, it's brilliant. Hey, buddy. What are you doing all alone in the middle of the car park? Oh, you're next to a crazy person. Oh, yeah, that's it.
Just imagine seeing this in the cinema when it came out, though. All these visuals, seeing them for the first time, like seeing the DeLorean for the first time emerge, and like it's just like it's iconic imagery.
You see, now it is, but back then, there must be some people thinking, this is dumb. A car? Really? Come on.
Funny thing about the DeLorean, it's actually like a really car. It just looks good.
It is. Yeah. It's stupidly. My granddad had like a DeLorean.
Really?
My granddad had a DeLorean, but it was so low. Like, even when I was like 12, the ceiling was too low for me. I had to no, I can never be comfortable in this car. Obviously, when we were kids, we didn't really know anything about cars. But the fact that we realize now later on that DeLorean's actually just kind of a rubbish car.
Yeah.
I think that's the joke for some of the adults in the room. Going like, it's like this big reveal is a big van full of smoke, and then a DeLorean comes backwards. You're like, oh, that thing?
Watch your head.
Testing on animals.
You have to test it on animals first. This is not animal friendly. But obviously, it's the whole build up to it. You get to really properly introduce Doc by this point, and you can see how Doc Brownlee's just this manic, crazy character who is now, ever since then, properly mimicked. And obviously, he's been mimicked and parodied ever since with other characters. And obviously, if you want to throw in Rick and Morty,
oh, definitely,
that is
yeah.
so flippin' obvious. Except that in Rick and Morty, obviously, Rick is damn right the most terrible person on the planet. Well, we actually like Doc Brown.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine? Kind of a DeLorean?
A DeLorean? We really like Doc Brown, even though he is very irresponsible.
Yeah, he is kind of pretty much like a crazy mad scientist in this movie, but a likable one. And what I love in this scene, you really see the trust in like Marty, in Doc, and like they are genuine friends.
You input your destination time on this keypad. Say you want to see the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Or witness the birth of Christ.
Just don't go to 2020, whatever you do.
No, yeah, skip that. Yeah, in fact, go even further. It'd be great. I'm gonna go back to the future, Marty. Oh no!
Here they are.
Libyans.
They found me. I don't know how, but they found me. Sorry, Marty. Who? Who do you think? The Libyans.
The Libyans.
With a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a machine gun at the moment, but that'll come later.
For that plutonium.
There's that great kind of like chemistry there, because obviously when Doc gets like shot, that's a classic movie no from Marty McFly. It's you know, you can see a lot of emotion there.
Oh no!
These guys are so stereotypical, aren't they?
I can't even drive this van! What's... God damn it. You know, they're not really... no offense to these guys, but they're just not very good, aren't they? Like, they can barely drive, barely shoot.
They're like cartoon terrorists, aren't they?
Yeah. God damn it. The Libyans.
Rocket launch!
Jesus. That's overkill. And even then, he's not even holding it right. It's like, God damn it. Rocket launcher.
I used to say that line so much as a kid. Let's see if you bastards can do 90. I don't know why. I wasn't driving. I just like used to pretend I was in a car and say it all the time.
You weren't driving or even like running at 90 miles per hour. You were just...
So moving on, in terms of our other favourite scene, we had to do the classic prom scene, like the enchantment under the sea dance or something. I think that's the name of it. And you know, the singer asked like Marty to do a song for him, so he just gets up there and kicks into Johnny Be Good, and it's such an awesome, like, you want to dance along to that scene, don't you?
All right, guys, listen to the blues riff and B. Watch me for the changes and try and keep up, okay?
Well, the thing is, at this beginning part, they're fine with it. It's when Marty starts going mental with the guitar solos and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't think you're ready for that yet. It's such a good little bit.
This doesn't seem like Michael J. Fox at all singing.
Nah, it isn't. I don't think it is. I mean, if not, I think usually they find like really good voice doubles that kind of matches their tone naturally. I love this bit. So, it's like you are not hiding it, aren't you?
Yeah, it's like, you know that sound you were looking for, Chuck Berry? Have a listen to this.
It's like it's like in the same boat. Like when it's as if you went back in time and went to played an Elton John song just before Elton John.
This is where he gets carried away and starts going to 80s power metal kind of thing.
Everyone's like, what are you doing? Dude, buddy, pal, amigo, slow the down. A bit much here.
Awesome.
He looks so sheepish.
Can't guess you guys aren't ready for that yet. But your kids are gonna love it.
Brilliant.
Awesome. it wouldn't be until like over sort of 10 years later that you get people like Jimi Hendrix doing stuff like that. So
yeah,
still
like Jimi Hendrix, and then Black Sabbath and all the stuff happening there. So yeah, I think it's like the line he says is like, I don't think you guys are ready for it, but kids will love it. That's
like been used as a meme for so many things. I think like even like the movie The Thing is a meme for that.
I don't think you're ready for that, but kids will love it.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. I mean, overall, like, it is one of the most iconic pieces of cinema ever. It's weird. It's as a high concept movie, which is about time travel and all this weird stuff. You wouldn't generally think that it would do well, but it did stupidly well, and actually it's like one of the staples of cinema.
One of my other favourite scenes is it's basically the one where he tries out to be in like the school band or something, or like like the school. They're gonna have a school sort of music show, aren't they? And he's like trying out for it, and he comes up there and says like with the pinheads, and he goes into it's basically. The Power of Love again, but it's like a heavier version, isn't it? So you just heard The Power of Love on the intro, and then he plays it again, but like a heavier kind of 80s rock version of it.
No, it's actually not too bad. It's just no one else is accompanying it, so it's like it's just genuinely a bit too much for them. I kind of love that. One of my other favorite scenes as well is anything involving Biff, because Biff is such the perfect bully character.
Yeah.
Like, he is a complete dickhead, but in the way that you can get he's a dickhead. Like, it's not overkill, it's not too much. He's just a dickhead, and that's about it, Like, he's not a horrible person, he's just a dick. Yeah. And I think that's what's great about it. I mean, all the scenes with them, and obviously with Crispin Glover and everything else, and doing the big final punch at the end, knocking him the fudge out, you feel like that's deserved because he is a dick.
Yeah, and I love the bit where he's basically like, he gets Biff and his goons, like they get smashed into that. There's another skateboarding scene in the movie, isn't there? Like where he's like skateboarding on, like he breaks off like a pallet kind of truck thing, doesn't he? And he basically like uses that as a skateboard, and he's like, it's some kind of board on wheels. They're also like,
did I just discover skateboards?
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on the other two movies?
Okay, I like the other two. I think the other two are fine. Both of the other two movies do something different, and they're not as great as the first one. I think the first one is almost kind of perfect, and it can never really be altered. But I will say that two was very much ahead of its time with some things, and especially with how they shot some things. Like, this is the one where they had proper like drone arms camera shots, so that means they can have the split screen done perfectly, and loads of other things like that, and maybe or maybe not might have predicted Donald Trump.
With the alternate timeline.
Although I still want to see Jaws. Was it Jaws 8 or Jaws
19
9 or something? Oh Jesus! It's like now in 4D. I wouldn't.
I really want to get a T-shirt that says Jaws 19 on it. You can get them.
Oh, brilliant! I wish it was holographic as well. So when you're walking around, the shark moved, and like, see, it's 3D.
Yeah.
So I like that one. Even
So the hoverboard scene is probably like an iconic scene from that one, isn't it?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And even the hoverboard, the self-lacing shoes. And a lot of the technology that people were like joking on, we're now fairly close to that tech now, which I kind of like. I like how the technology's kind of caught up a little bit now, like with like with Skype calling. Like, people were joking like Skype calling wouldn't be a thing. Look what we're doing now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of perfect when it comes to it. Like with that, some things have still not happened.
A cool little fact as well, like, isn't that Elijah Wood's first role in Back to Future 2? He's playing in the bar, isn't he? In the little cafe that's got like arcade. And
I think that's probably one of the things.
And it's cafe 80s, isn't it? Basically 80s themed cafe.
Yeah, and I love it because basically when Marty walks in there, it's like, it just feels like home.
Yeah, but the kids are basically like trying to like play around with that arcade. and they don't know how to get it working. He goes over and starts using it and he says like, you mean you have to, it's like a light gun game, isn't it? And he goes, you mean you have to use your hands? That's like a baby toy.
Yeah.
I wasn't madly keen on the third movie. I say not madly keen, it's still a really good movie, but in comparison to the other two, I didn't hold it up quite as high. I think it's because I'm not the biggest fan of westerns, to be honest.
The thing is, I do like westerns, and I think the whole movie is like breaking down westerns. But it did feel a little bit like this was just a bit random.
Yeah, I mean, I still really enjoy the movie. What's your favourite scene from the third movie?
Well, basically the whole train sequence for me.
That
like,
is
everything
cool.
The whole thing with the train sequence is absolutely brilliant, and there's something that's now been memed. I'm not sure if you know about this. Do you know the whole family in the background of that one shot near the end of the movie? And Doc Brown's like, I'm gonna stay here and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And this is my family now. And you see this one kid, like standing in the corner, like this tiny little kid, and he's just giving a signal. Originally, this is the signal actually for young kids on set whenever they need to use the bathroom to tell the people on set that they need to take a piss, right?
Yeah.
But they were filming at the time, and he was desperate for a piss, so he was sneakily. So basically, got this 6-year-old, 7-year-old boy just pointing at his crotch.
Yeah.
For like a minute, and people are saying like, what was he doing looking at his crotch for? But this was basically the signal saying I need to pee. But it's just really funny because obviously no one watching the movie knows that. So it was memed for the longest time because it was like saying, why is a 7-year-old inviting us to look at his crotch?
It's so weird.
But yeah,
I think my favourite
what's
scene from the third movie is when it's pretty early on in the movie when he actually goes back to the past, and he basically the goons are kind of like shooting at Marty McFly in the bar, and he's basically avoiding the bullets by dancing like Michael Jackson.
Yes!
It is amazing. I really love that scene. I think it's fantastic. It's so hilarious. But it looks really cool as well. The dancing looks amazing.
It's really, really clever, isn't it? So yeah, I think like I said, I can remember a lot more from the first one, the second one. The third one is only like the train and a few little bits. But I think it still doesn't. It's not like it's not a bad movie. You can still watch it and it works fine. But it really shows how good the first one is.
Oh yeah, definitely. Right, well, I think that's going to wrap it up for today, guys. What's your favourite moment from the Back to the Future series? Let us know in the comments. And we'll see you again soon on the Enigmatic Productions channel. Right, thanks for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like. If you want to see more from us, hit that subscribe. See you next time on Enigmatic Productions.